Britain's most loved monarch lived for 96 years and breathed her last on September 8, 2022. While everyone's aware of all of her accomplishments and philanthropic projects she took under her region, very few know about the ways that she spent her final days. Did she spend her final months spent in a lavishly in Buckingham Palace as the rest of her life, or does she prefer the peace of the suburbs, away from the buzz of cell phones? Here's a look into Queen Elizabeth II's last few days. The Queen never opted out of her royal duties. Just a month and a half before her passing, Her Highness showed up to the inauguration ceremony of Thames Hospice in Maidenhead. And though the nuptials might have been tiring, she still greeted fans and the bystanders warmly, and even cracked a few jokes here and there. Just a fortnight later, the Queen made her way to her Scottish residence in Balmoral Castle for a traditional family reunion. Despite always adhering to royal customs, she skipped out on the arrival party thrown in her honor and decided to spend a few moments of comfort with her closest kin. Balmoral Castle staff state that the Queen hosted her entire family for a few weeks there, and even expected Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to show up along with their children. She wished to mend the relationships that had fallen apart, as she didn't want the last years of her reign to be remembered by incessant family drama and estranglement. Even though the Queen's wish was not granted, the Balmoral Castle in the month of August bloomed with children's voices. The Queen looked the happiest and at ease alongside the youngest generation of royals roaming around, laughing and pulling pranks on each other. She often enjoyed long walks through the woods with her dogs in the evenings and had occasional meals with her children. Ian Greenshields, one of the most renowned Scottish church ministers, also joined some of these lunches, preaching about life and prosperity. Later in the recollection of conversations that happened on the table, Ian revealed that the Queen kept on talking about her past, her love for Balmoral, her father, her mother, Prince Philip, and horses. She sounded super concerned about the current situation of the nation and was also eager to know about the church's new polls. Even in her last days, the Queen didn't back down from fulfilling her royal duties. She did paperwork up until her final breaths, and scheduled visits with Boris Johnson after he gave up the seat of the Prime Minister. Her Highness filled the vacant position with Liz Truss just 2 days before her tragic passing. Usually, events such as this honor are supposed to be carried out at Buckingham Palace, but the fact that the Queen chose Balmoral Castle as the place of appointment suggests that she had been too weak to travel long distances. Her Majesty kept up with the promise of serving her people all of her life, to the point that she sacrificed her well-being just to fulfill the duties assigned to her. Insider sources revealed that by the end of her days, the Queen faced severe mobility issues as she had been struck by a rare form of bone marrow cancer, which restricted her day-to-day activities. That's probably the reason why she was seen making public appearances with her late husband's cane during the final months of her life. In the weeks leading to her passing, Queen Elizabeth II faced a bunch of hearing issues and was confused and delirious all of the time. Just a few hours after the appointment of the new Prime Minister, the Queen's health worsened, which prompted all of her relatives to flood of the halls of the same Balmoral Castle they had just left a few days ago. Charles, Anne, Prince William, along with his uncles, Prince Andrew and Prince Edward, were all by the Queen's bedside when she departed from this world. So what did the Queen wish for her final hours? It was reported that she specifically asked for Anne's assistance in Charles III's upcoming coronation, as his descendant into monarchy was given after the Queen's passing. He paid a glorious tribute to his mother and even held a lavish ceremony to mark the end of her exorbitant era of ruling over Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Queen Elizabeth II's absence echoed through the streets of Britain as St. Paul's Cathedral bell chimed for an hour. The British government announced a mourning period of 11 days to commemorate this unbearable loss. The Queen's coffin made its way throughout the streets of Scotland to bid farewell to the people she had served all her life. The royal march was followed by a burial ceremony at Windsor Castle's Memorial Chapel, where Queen Elizabeth now rests aside along her late husband, Prince Philip, who passed away a year prior. And with that, we have reached the end of the video. Make sure you catch us in the next one. Until then, take care and goodbye.